In the minor leagues and in the majors, there is imagine the pranks are happening all the time. Mm-hmm. What's some good pranks you pulled on some people? Were you pulling a lot of pranks?
I wasn't a big prankster, but I was good at helping facilitate them.
You heard a good one you wanted to be in?
Yeah. But I would sit and watch the Masters.
Who's the Masters?
Oh, Maddox.
Yeah.
Maddox was the best. I put a couple of his stories in my book, and they were well received and got some good laughs. So one of them, when our starters were not pitching, they had a foursome. We had 5 starters. The guy was pitching that day. The other 4 starters played golf. Okay. Maddox would come in after playing golf, didn't shower after playing golf, just come right to the clubhouse. He would, his locker was right next to the sanitary sock bin, okay, the white socks that we wore underneath our stirrups or, whatever blue socks we were wearing. So he would drop trowel, take a stirrup or a sanitary sock, wipe his ass, okay, Lord. Put it back in the sanitary sock bin, and he would sit there and he would wait for guys to come in and pick up the sock, right? And go to their locker. I'm sorry if this is totally gross, okay? But he would sit there and wait, and this, one time it was me. I pulled the sock up and I got this giant bacon strip up my shin. Okay? All right? Now, it takes a sick human being to do that. It really does take a sick human being to do that. But that's Greg Maddox. He's the grossest human being that I've ever met in my life. Another story. Obviously, in a big league clubhouse, we have community showers, okay? So the shower that I always showered in was the second one on the left. The shower that he always showered in was the third one on the left. Big mistake by me showering next to this gross human being. So I get a big base hit to win a baseball game, and we're in there showering, and he's like, man, what a great at bat. He was like, just kind of walk me through what you were thinking. I'm second year in the league, dumb as hell. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this is pretty cool. Greg Maddox wants to know what I'm thinking, at the place. So I go into, this whole thing. I'm into it, I'm telling him, I'm going to be sitting change up if I'm ahead in the count, blah, 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 blah. And I can sense that guys over on the other side are snickering and chuckling, right? I look down, he's peeing on me.
Are you serious?
Peeing on me. And he's Greg Maddox, so I can't knock him out, But that's
I don't know.
That would have pissed me off.
That's Greg Maddox. Yeah, he was.
How'd you figure? How'd you come to terms with that?
Yeah. Well, I rewashed. I can tell you that. Yeah. It was. But he's tremendous pitcher, but pretty good at the pranks.
These are tough.
It's a relationship changer.
Gosh,
this is what that is. Yeah. My goodness, man. Hey, any umpires that you've felt particularly angry at that you were proud to get thrown out? Did you get thrown out? You didn't get thrown out of many games, right?
I probably got thrown out of 6 or 8. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
I remember one time, me, Bobby, and Eric O'Flaherty, we got thrown out in like 20 seconds.
Bobby Cox, your manager.
Yeah,
he got tossed all the time though.
Well, yeah, he was good. He was really good at it.
Yeah,
he knew the catchwords, like he'd go out there and get his say in, and then he'd say one of those catchwords. Anything that starts with you, you're pretty much going to be tossed. Okay. So we're in Boston. Eric O'Flaherty's on the mound. He's pitching to J.D. Drew. Throws a pitch right down the middle. And Billy Hahn, who was not one of our favorite umpires, called it a ball. Right down the middle. Ball. Next pitch, hanging slider. J.D. Drew hits a double off the Green Monster in Boston, and they take the lead. So Bobby comes out to take O'Flaherty out of the game. O'Flaherty looks at Billy Hahn and says, "How can you miss that call?" And Billy Hahn was like, "What'd you say? What'd you say?" Like baiting him. And O'Flaherty obliged and dropped an F-bomb and threw him out of the game. Well, that set me off because he baited him. Like he baited him into saying it again, and then he threw him out. And I went nose to nose with this guy. Well, Billy Hahn had one of the ugliest black mustaches you've ever seen in your life. It was awful, awful. And so I go up and I'm like, "You're wrong. You baited him into that." I go, "You effing baited him into that." And I go, "Your porn stash is awful, by the way." So there I go, right?
That's what it took. That's where you crossed the line.
That's where I crossed the line. See, but I started it with your porn stash is awful, by the way. And then Bobby gets tossed like 10 seconds later. It was beautiful. And we ended up coming back and winning because the guy who replaced me got the game-winning hit in like the 12th inning.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That's all right.
even better.
Life is best lived in motion. And that's why Tire Pros gets you ready for all your driving adventures. Whether it's along corners and curves, across city and state lines. Because we're more than just tires. We're auto care too. Tire Pros, so you can focus on the road ahead.